Om Gam Ganapate Namaha. Garuda Purana. Agastya Samhita, Chapter 2. Sources of the Garuda Purana. Vishnu charges Garuda to compose the Garuda Purana. The rishis said, "Why did Vyasa describe to you the Garuda Purana? Do thou describe thus the most excellent theme relating to Vishnu." The Suta said, "In the company of ascetics, that is, individuals who lead a lifestyle characterized by severe discipline, simplicity, and renunciation of worldly pleasure and attachment, I had gone to the hermitage of Vadrika. There I saw Vyasa meditating on the great Ishvara. Having bowed unto him, I took my seat and approached that foremost of ascetics, saying, O Vyasa, relate unto me the form of Hari, from which has emanated the creation of the universe. Methinks, while those meditate on the Lord, thou must be knowing it. Here, O Vipras, in Hinduism, Vipras refers to a social or caste group known as Brahmins. The term Vipra is derived from the Sanskrit word Vipra, which means a learned or knowledgeable person. What he did relate on being thus approached boldly by me. Vyasa said, Hear, O Suta, I will recount the Garuda Purana which Brahma described to me in the company of Narada, Daksha, and others. The Suta said, How did Brahma relate the sacred Garuda Purana, describe the true essence, unto thee, when united with Daksha, Narada, and others? Vyasa said, Having saluted Brahma, who was residing in the Brahmaloka, myself, Daksha, Narada, Bhrigu, and others said to him, Describe unto us the quintessence of the sacred lore. Brahma said, O Vyasa, I will recount to you the Garuda Purana, the cream of sacred learning, which Vishnu described to me and Rudra formerly while in the company of other celestials. Vyasa said, O Brahman, describe to me the Garuda Purana, pregnant with great significance, the essence of all, which Hari formerly described to Rudra while in the company of other celestials. Brahma said, With Indra and other celestials, I had gone to the Mount Kailasa. There I saw Rudra engaged in the meditation of the great station. Having saluted him, I addressed him, saying, O Shankara, on what art thou meditating? Save thee, I do not know of a greater deity. Do thou therefore describe unto me the subject of thy meditation, the quintessence of the sacred learning, who, along with the celestials, am anxious to listen to it. Rudra said, I meditate on Vishnu, the great soul, the demiurgus. In various philosophical and religious contexts, the term demiurgus has been used to refer to a creator or a divine being responsible for crafting or shaping the physical world, who gives all, who is present everywhere, and who resides in the heart of all creatures. O grandfather, my body is besmeared with ashes and my hairs have been clotted. All my vowed observance are intended for the adoration of Vishnu. I will describe him unto you, the essence of all, on whom I meditate. I meditate on the deity Hari, Vishnu, Jishnu, who is lotus-naveled and shorn of a body, who is purity, the source of purity, who is the impersonal self and the individual soul, who is the great Ishvara and unites all souls with himself. In him exist all the worlds and elements, and into him they enter. All the gunas, that is, qualities, and elements exist in the Lord of Elements as pearls are strung by a thread. He has 1,000 eyes, 1,000 heads, 1,000 thighs, and a most beautiful face. He is the minutest of the minute, the firmest of the firm, the heaviest of the heavy, and the best of all that is good. In the words, letters, principles, and minor sacred body of knowledge, and in the true Saman. In Hinduism, Saman referred to a specific type of Vedic chant or melody used in ancient Vedic rituals and ceremonies. It is one of the branches of Samaveda, one of the four sacred texts of Hinduism. He is lauded as truth and the author of true deeds. He is called the ancient Purusha and Brahma among the twice born. Twice born is a term primarily associated with the Hindu caste system, particularly in the ancient Vedic and Brahmanical tradition. It refers to individuals who undergo a sacred initiation ceremony known as Upanayan or thread ceremony. This ceremony is considered a rite of passage, marking the beginning of their spiritual and educational journey. He is called Shankara Shana in destruction. I therefore adore him in whom all this worlds shine as the Shakula fishes in the water. He is the divine law, the word Om, Brahma, the That, the existence and non-existence and the supreme. The celestials, the Yakshas. In Hindu, Buddhism and Jain mythology, Yakshas are a class of semi-divine beings or natural spirits. They are believed to be powerful, benevolent, and protective deities associated with various aspects of the natural world, such as forests, lakes, mountains, and treasures. The Rakshasas and the Pannagas. Pannaga is associated with Hindu mythology. Pannaga is a Sanskrit word that refers to a serpent or a snake. They all adore him. Fire is his mouth, the heaven is his head, the sky is his navel, and the earth is his feet, and the sun and the moon are his two eyes. I meditate on him. I meditate on that deity whose breath are the wind, in whose belly the three worlds exist, and whose arms are the divisions of the time. I meditate on the deity in whose hairs are the clouds, and in the joints of whose body are the four oceans. I meditate on the deity who is above time, who is above sacrifices, who is above the existence and non-existence, and who is the beginning and end of the universe. I meditate on the deity from whose mind emanates the moon, from whose eyes the sun, and from whose mouth the fire. I meditate on the deity from whose feet the earth is produced, from whose ears the directions, and from whose head the celestial regions. I meditate on the deity from whom have proceeded the works of principles and minor creations, the various races, manvantaras, and histories of the families. We will proceed to him to witness the true essence on whom I do meditate. Brahma said, I was thus formally addressed by Rudra. Having lauded and saluted Vishnu, the dweller of the White Island or the Island of White Light, that is Svetadvipa, we sat calmly, desirous of listening to the subject. From amongst us, Rudra said to Vishnu, the great Ishvara, describe to us the most essential of all essence. We salute thee. What, O Vyasa, you have asked me, the Lord Bhava asked Vishnu in the hearing of myself and other celestials. Rudra said, O Hari, O King of gods, tell us who is the God of gods, who is Ishvara, who should be meditated on, who should be adored, with what vowed observances the great is propitiated, with what religious observances, with what process of self-restraint, with what form of adorations, and with what sort of conduct is he pleased. What is his form? From what deity the universe has emanated and who protects it? What are his incarnations, in whom the world is dissolved? From what deity proceeds the work of principles and minor creations, the various families and manvantaras, in whom do all this exist? Do thou describe all this and everything else, O Hari. Then Hari described to Rudra the glories of the great Ishvara, the yoga, and 18 sorts of learnings. Hari said, Hear, O Rudra, I will describe it, along with Brahma and other celestials. I am the God of gods, the Lord of all the worlds. I am the object of meditation and adoration, and am lauded by the celestials with panegyric verses. When I am worshipped by men with self-restraint, vowed observances, and good conduct of O Rudra, I grant them the most excellent stage. I am the seed of the preservation of the world, and I am also the destroyer of the universe. O Shiva, O Hara, I am the suppressor of the wicked and the protector of the religion. With fish and other incarnations, I do protect the earth. I am the import of the mystic formula and am engaged in adoration and meditation. I am the creator of heaven, and I am the heaven myself. I am the knower, the hearer, the speaker, and the object of speech. I am all the deities identical with all. I am the source of worldly enjoyments and emancipation. I am the presence of meditation and adoration. I am the mandalas, the itihasas. In Hinduism, itihasa refers to the great epics narratives of ancient India, the Ramayana and Mahabharata. The term itihasa comes from the Sanskrit word iti, thus, and ha, indeed, and asa, happened, meaning, thus indeed happened, or this is how it happened. O Rudra, O Shiva, I am all the deities. O Shambhu, I am all the forms of knowledge. I am at one with Brahma. O Shiva, I am Brahma, all the regions, and identical with all the deities. I am the personification of righteous conduct and the religion of Vishnu. I am the Varanas and Ashramas, and I am the ancient religion. I am the process of regulation, that of self-restraint, and the various vowed observances. O Rudra, I am the sun, the moon, and all the auspicious things. Formerly, with asceticism, the bird Garuda had worshipped me on the earth. Pleased with him, I asked him to pray for a boon, and he too prayed for a boon. Garuda said, O Hari, my mother Vinata had been made a slave by the Nagas. Do thou so order, that I may bring ambrosia after vanquishing the celestials, that I may release her from the slavery, that I may thy carrier. Do thou so order that I may be highly powerful, greatly strong, omniscient, the afflictor of the Nagas, and the author of Puranas and Samhitas. Vishnu said, What you have said, O Garuda, will all be accomplished. You will release your mother, Vinata, from the Nagas. Having vanquished all the deities and others, you will bring ambrosia. You will be the highly powerful carrier. By my favor, you will be the author of the Purana, describing my glories and forms. By your names, it will be celebrated on earth as Garuda Purana, O son of Vinata. As I am the god of gods and Sri is celebrated, so the Garuda Purana will be celebrated amongst all the Puranas. As I am worthy of being lauded, so thou shalt be. Meditating on me by your mind, do describe this Garuda Purana by your bird mouth. Thus, accosted, O Rudra, Garuda described it to Kashyapa. Hearing the Garuda Purana, Kashyapa revived the burnt tree. Hearing yourself with fixed attention, do you revive others with your learning? The bird, O Swaha, this is the great learning of Garuda. Hear, O Rudra, the great Garuda Purana narrated by Garuda. Om Tat Sat, Om Sri Krishnarpanamastu.